Ahoy, naval enthusiasts! Prepare to be regaled with tales of the formidable landing craft support, Large, that braved the Pacific waves during World War II. These amphibious warriors, born in shipyards such as George Lawley and Son, Commercial Ironworks, and Albina Engine Works, etched their own unique mark in maritime history. A total of 130 of these vessels graced the seas, built on the same hull as their infantry landing craft counterparts. They measured 158 feet 6 inches, displaced 250 long tons, and boasted a breadth of 23 feet 3 inches. The flat bottom and twin screws, driven by the mighty Grey Marine, later General Motors, diesel engines, allowed them to gracefully beach themselves. The anchor fitted at the stern, assisting with launching. They possessed a maximum speed of 16.5 knots, but usually navigated at a steady 12 knots, capable of a range stretching to 5,500 nautical miles. The ships also had a smoke generator which was used to obscure landing craft approaching the beach. LCS-L vessels could be produced in as little as 10 days, and final fitting out would take a further few weeks. The ships also made very good firefighting ships. A firefighting manifold was fitted in front of the bow gun, and 2 monitors with pumps fitted just forward of the aft gun. Now let's talk about armament. The LCS-L3 provided more firepower per ton than any ship ever built by the US Navy. 3 guns and 10 rocket launchers comprised their main armament. The bow gun was a 3-inch 50 caliber gun, a single 40mm gun, or a twin 40mm gun. The forward and aft decks were twin 40mm guns, and the 10 Mark 7 rocket projectors were situated behind the bow gun and forward of the deck house. 4 20mm cannons were also mounted, though this could vary. In-game, the rocket launchers are able to project a withering barrage of 120 3-kilo explosives to a fixed distance of 800 to 900 meters ahead of the ship, which is absolutely deadly against vessels and land emplacements caught in a hailstorm. With some planning and luck, I can see these being very useful for attacking capture zones, advancing enemies, and large warships that push too close, or as an area denial tool. With quad Bofors, a 3-inch gun armed with HEVT shells, and 20mm scattered all over the ship, the LCS has impressive damage output. However, its biggest drawback is obviously speed and surprisingly survivability, with a thin hull and closely packed compartments prone to damage. Sustained autocannon fire or large caliber shells can quickly dispatch her. Large open-plan ships such as the USS Candid are much more survivable in direct brawls compared to the LCS. During World War II, 5 Valiant vessels were sunk and 21 bore the scars of battle. 3 earned the prestigious Presidential Unit Citation, while 6 were adorned with Navy Unit Citations. Notably, the skipper of USS LCS L3 122, Lieutenant Richard McCool, earned a Medal of Honor for his gallantry. As the echoes of war faded, surviving vessels sailed back to the United States. Some were reactivated for the Korean War, while many found homes in Japan, France, Cambodia, Thailand, Greece, and beyond. The Yuri-class patrol ships, a Japanese rendition of the LSSL, were some of the first ships to sail for the JMSDF, with 50 vessels lent to the Japanese Safety Security Force in 1953. Due to their design as a landing ship, they had poor seakeeping, and as a result, about half of the ships of this class were returned to the US in the 1950s and 60s. Other ships were reclassified to special service ships in 1959 and used as tenders of small landing craft, torpedo training support, or as minesweepers. Only 2 ships are still known to exist. One is a modified fishing ship, and the other one resides in a naval shipyard at Mare Island in California. The last ship, Hamaguchi YAS-35, took its final bow in March of 1976. This fireworks show is to celebrate a fantastically successful year and also the onboarding of my very first channel member, Sam. Thank you very much for your support, Sam. It means the world to me. Let's get into it. Ahoy and welcome to the channel. We're playing the Asagao, or the Yuri-class patrol ship. Very powerful ship, lots of firepower in the 40mm Bofors, which I run purely AP rounds on. That gives you fantastic destroyer killing power. Playing the slow boats of Warthunder really is a change of pace. Fortunately, we do have a lot of firepower, and all of the smaller vessels like the PT boats really do get annihilated quite easily by these guns. And frigates and corvettes that don't pay attention to you will also suffer. The LCS is a pretty potent little anti-air ship, as anyone that's been killed by a Gaijin bot in an LCS would attest to. Messerschmitt 410 coming in, very hot. All the guns are open. He's taken out our stern Bofors, but we've managed to clip him pretty hard with those armor-piercing rounds. Fortunately, this boat does get a close-in coastal spawn, so it's able to really damage all the early spawning light reserve boats. But you only really get to contest one capture zone in a battle, because you ain't getting to any others very fast. And you will get cornered and killed if you try to. So we've got another boat up here, I think. Let's fire some rockets over the top here and try and hit them. Haven't used these yet, so I'm not entirely sure of their effective range, but we'll be able to have a look. Oh, he's already dead. Oh, we've just lit up that mountainside. Wow, just filled that entire inlet with rockets. They refill pretty quickly as well, so we're going to try and hit this. I think it's a frigate on the other side of the hill here. It looked like it was about 800 meters, so let's try and get him as he comes into effective range. If they've got high enough arc, he should be able to get them over the mountain. Should be. This is just a testing phase. I'm not entirely sure if the American one has these rockets fitted. These rockets were the thing that led me to this ship. Rockets are away. Would have been nice to hit that guy with our rocket barrage. We've lit up the mountain, but we didn't do any damage to the ship on the other side. We've managed to hit this Wildcat. And we got him. Yeah, so you just got to hang out at the Bravo point. We've got a lot of assists, a lot of kills. Not bad for a little boat at 4.3. Looks like a B-25 coming in hot. We do have HEVT shells. It's pretty dangerous. We're taking a hard port turn, because if he drops bombs, I don't want to be anywhere near them. He's dropping bombs now, but they should overshoot us. Should. Ooh, if they were any bigger, that might have killed us. But he's down. Try and get this guy here with a rocket barrage before the match ends, but being so slow, it's hard to get into position. If this thing was 10 kilometers an hour faster, it would be amazing. Fire off the fireworks. Now, these Bofors are very deadly, even against these Soviet corvettes. The best thing about them is, if he doesn't pay any attention, we will just strip him of crew. Assuming I can get the lead right. There are closer targets, but we'll go back to the Yuri-class corvette, one of my favorites. It doesn't look like he has the rockets. He's not using them. They're not aiming anywhere. We're getting some hits on him. Every fourth shell is a high explosive shell. No kill, but we assisted. I'm happy with that. It just takes forever to get anywhere safe. So you really have to leverage your firepower and try and keep yourself safe. But also manage to aggro. Like, look at all the destroyers coming through here. It's a destroyer. It looks like a minesweeper. This is a frigate. Oh, geez, they've been hit by artillery. Oh, that's deadly. We've got an SKR-7. Just trying to do as much damage as I can to this German minesweeper before I switch targets. Take out his bridge and his foregun. Taking out his bridge, yep. SKR is tied up with my ally, let's get him. Now the 40mm Bofors can absolutely kill an SKR-7. These things are not as invincible as they seem. What I need to do is really find this rear ammo rack. It's going to take a little bit of work at this range, but if I can find the rear ammo rack, I've taken out one of his gas turbines so he can't move. The shells are working their way back towards the turret. We've hit the turret. Now that's the spot. We want to hit that spot repeatedly. Bring the lead back a bit. He's moving. Just want to hit that ammo rack. Oh, we got him. There you go. That's how you kill an SKR with armor-piercing rounds. It took longer than I wanted, but it still worked. Don't underestimate the Bofors. World War II ships still can kill. Now this Russian destroyer is dumping all his mines. It's not very useful. Oh, looks like a peacock. Now these guys are hard to kill due to their spaced hull, like compartments are everywhere. It's nothing super squishy, but we managed to take him down. That's good. That was the Irish version, Le Orla. I once said it was a Spanish ship. One of those slips of the tongue. Irish lads all angry. Alright, so we want to support this destroyer so we can eventually make our way to the capture zone. You really are a support ship. You have to play it as the name of the class implies. It is a support ship. You won't do so well in direct fights. You see here, we're doing a significant amount of damage to these ships that present themselves. Unfortunately, the destroyer is able to kill them faster than we can. But all of these assists are still points. Still SL. Just going to chuck some rockets out here, because if anyone comes around that corner now, it's about the distance. They will get splattered by them. And they refill really quickly on the capture point. So if you actually get here, you have pretty potent artillery. And the boat is very maneuverable. You can spin her around pretty quickly, even in reverse. She's immune to deep running torpedoes as well, having the flat bottom. Though it really does depend on the sea state a lot of the time. Man, we've just been chewed up by those Soviet guns. We'll try the guided missile from this year's, I don't even know, spring event in Australia it was, in September. I've got this bound to my flight stick, my throttle. I've got a little finger stick. It's much easier than trying to use the keyboard. I think this is the third time I've used this missile in battle. Key is to line up the little spark with the ship and try and keep it there. We've lost control of the missile. Almost there. It's very hard to tell the distance. We've just overshot. We have done damage to that modern frigate though. Pretty accurate. It's much easier to do if the enemy's bow is pointed at you. Much easier. We got the win, not many points. Alright, this will be the test. We made it. Made it to the central zone. Everyone's getting killed by the PGO-2s. We've got USS Candid. Now these are dangerous, right? Because the only really squishy bits are the pumps above the waterline and everything else on the superstructure. Aiming for the hull is pretty much useless unless you've got a big caliber gun. And as you can see there, we're not doing much to him at all. But his 3-inch gun is smashing us. Trying to go for the superstructure now. But yeah, not good. That's a very, very resilient ship. Go again. Oh, we've got a British destroyer, very close range. These Bofors will carve him up. We can hit the crew compartments, but let's try and line him up for a rocket kill. He's pretty close to it. He's within the effective range. Just got to close a little bit more. take out the main gun so we can't kill our allies. Then we'll switch to the stern gun once that's down. Take that one out. Alright, let's line him up. Let's fire the rockets. Oh, this might be great. All 120 launched. They're away. Here they come. Oh, no. He's a little bit too close. That would have been fantastic. That's okay. But at least we know these are the ways you can use them. And you can be certain the minute that I do succeed, there'll be a short about it. Take out the bridge here. Very low crew level. He's being pounded by our enemy PT boats. He's being finished off there by the missile boat. Now the AP is a little bit dicey here because it's going through his boat. It's much better to shoot them bow on. It's one of the downsides that I take when I use AP. But that's alright, we got him. He did melt us. There's another one, bow on, so that you'll see this one will die much easier. That's the way you want to fight them. Another 3 hours and we'll get to the capture zone. Meanwhile, the PGO2s are just carving up. Got more boats inbound. Should we line him up for rockets too? What's the distance there? It's just over 1 kilometer away. Someone's called in artillery. Oh, it's too late. Too late. Wait, he's going to chew us up. Ooh, we're on fire. We need to turn off repair to make sure that fire doesn't kill our crew. We'll make it to the capture zone, I swear. Or maybe we won't. We're losing crew. No! We died. Oh well. All's well that ends well. We'll have to use the cruise missile. Let's see if we can't get a kill. So the fast moving boats will be hard to kill but easier. Sorry, harder to hit but easier to kill. Let's try and get the M802 that's over here, causing mischief. So a lot of destroyers, so if we don't feel confident we could hit one of those destroyers in the bow. Or try to with the aiming. Torpedo boat's making a run on M802, but it looks like he's turning to port and dodging that torpedo.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
I wonder if he's got a follow-up. M802's turned away, he's opened fire on the torpedo boat. Let's turn towards them. We'll get ready to launch this missile, idling right back. We don't want to go faster than the bomb. Get ready to launch. The bomb is away, but we're still going a little bit too fast. Where is it? There it is. It's fallen right down. We need to bring her up a bit. Gonna hit the cargo ship. Bring the aim up. Alright, let's line it up and try and keep it on the boat. That looks great, that looks great, that looks great. Oh, we got killed by AI. Not AI. AI gunners. I think we got a hit on him, but I don't know if it was enough damage. Let's come back in Ikazuchi. I've already made a video about this ship. Check her out. It's the Japanese Self-Defense Force how to play video. Alright. Oh, we got the M802 with the Kai 148's 1GO-B. Or whatever you call that big bomb with a missile attached. Well done. Oh, GG everyone. That was a really good battle. Really good battle. Let's see what kind of damage we did. All the damages. Big fan. Oh, hey mate. Thanks very much. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I will catch you on the next episode.